Hey, what's going on, everyone? I have the 2021 Scott Addict Gravel 10 here. Retail is $5,500. It weighs in at 18 pounds 4 ounces, and it is 8.27 kilos. And this is for a size medium. Stay tuned to after the video where you guys will hear a free body sound test on these wheels and on this bike. Thank you guys so much, and I'll see you all later. Hey, how's it going on, everyone? This is GC Performance here, back with another video. Today I have for you guys the Scott Addict Gravel 10. This one retails for $5,500. It is a size medium. You can see right there, that's the 10 right there. Size medium, 54. And I think it weighed in at 18 pounds 4 ounces, if I remember. But this is like the gravel bike. It's very similar to the, I would say not the Diverge by Specialized, but more the Crux. I think this is more like their cyclocross option they offer. I don't think Scott offers like a Diverge or like a comfort kind of gravel bike. This is definitely more their aggressive, more race ready. If you want to do some cyclocross or single track with it, it's ready. But you also have the option for blah 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 gravel road riding on there too. So I'm gonna show you guys what you get on this bike. I'm gonna show you guys the features of this bike, and I'll kind of compare it to the Diverge that I went over for the Comp Carb and the Expert, and also the Pro G. Holy cow! And tell you guys where I think this price sits at for $5,500. So getting into it, it is a 2021. This is a medium. I don't think they even have this color anymore or this bike available anymore. It's all sold out for the year. But you can see right here, kind of goes to that light blue to kind of a dark blue fade all the way down. I like the very clean, minimalistic design. There's not a big Scott brand on there. It's just right there in kind of like a gold, brush gold color. Looks very good. You have your Scott logo right there. And on the front, you follow suit again with just a simple Scott tag right there, which looks really good. But yeah, this is a full carbon frame. It comes with carbon fiber wheels, and it retails for $5,500. So it comes with SRAM Force, wireless 12-speed electronic shifting. There are hydraulic disc brakes on here, so you only have 2 cables on here. You have the front and rear brake lines. It is their own Synchros Creston 1.0 handlebar. It is aluminum, but you can go over here. You can see it's more of a wider handlebar setup, more for gravel or more for the bowl style handlebars. Then they have the Synchros regular stem on here. They're RR 1.5. It's just an alloy stem. And also, if you guys did not know anything about Scott or Synchros, everything is going to be a T25 wrench on here. So if you do have if you're thinking about getting one of these bikes, definitely pick up a T25, because the stem bolts here, these are all T25s. These are all T25s. This is a T25. This is a T25 as well. So it is something you have to think about in the future. The wheels are going to be the Synchros Capital 1.0s, and this is their X40. So it is more of a gravel style wheel set. A little bit wider on the internal width. I'm sorry I do not have those numbers right now, but if you guys do ask, I will provide them for you in the comments down below. A full carbon clincher wheel. It is tubeless ready, and I believe the tires are tubeless ready as well. These are the, oh god, here you go. Okay, I must sound this up. Schwabi G1s, all around TLE. You can see it has very minimal treads on here, definitely more pronounced on the outside. Get a little bit skinnier during the middle, which is great if you are doing some road riding on here. The fork, this is an Addict frame style, but you can see the fork is definitely more beefed, adding that more support if you were to do some single track riding. It is a through axle on the front, so it is a through axle wheel, and it is their own Synchros wheels on here as well. But like I said, the wheels are tubeless ready. All you have to do is just add tubeless fluid to it, and you're good to go. It is a center lock wheel. You have the SRAM Force center lock rotor on there, and then you have their through axle right here, which they do provide a tool to take off. I'll show you in the rear. But then you have your SRAM Force brake calipers. Going down, very clean and minimalistic right here. You can see you have RB for rear brake. This will be if you had a front derailleur or a rear, this would be if you had a front derailleur cable coming out there, which you don't, but you can have that option. Going down the bottom, you have your 2 water bottle bolts right here, your 2 water bottle bolts right here. This bike is going to be a 2x setup, so you have a 5633 front chainring, so 12-speed, 4633 chainring, so 46 big, 33 small. It is a dual. It is a SRAM Force carbon crank arm. This says power ready. What that means is that if you wanted to add a power meter in the future, this crank arm is compatible with it. So all you have to do is just buy the power meter Spider or a SRAM SRAM Red Axis power meter full chainring, and this crank arm can be compatible for it. So if you guys are ever thinking about that, very easy upgrade in the future. You have your SRAM Force front derailleur on here. Going back to the back, this is a SRAM Force rear cassette. It is a 1033 back there. So you have 12 speeds, 10 being the smallest, 33 being the top, which is a good gear range, especially for doing some single track or gravel riding. You definitely get those high-end gears. And then you have your normal SRAM Force rear derailleur. A little bit different than the Diverge Pro that I showed off, whereas the shifters on this Diverge Pro were the SRAM Force. And then on the back, they put an XO1 mountain bike rear derailleur and a mountain bike cassette. This is definitely more aimed towards speed and competition and racing and wanting to get the most edge on someone you can in terms of speed. The other Diverge Pro was, like I said, it's more of a comfort gravel kind of like if you want to do some races you can, but definitely gives you the gear range because it's a one by, I guess, to it gives you that 52 tooth to take on some big climbs. But yeah, going to the wheels again, it's the Synchros Capital, and Synchros is an in-house brand made by Scott. Just like similar to Specialized Revolve and similar to Trek Bontrager, Synchros is a great company. These are the Synchros Capital 1.0 wheels and the 40 millimeter depth, and also the internal width. They look like a 25 millimeter internal depth, but nothing crazy. Synchros hubs, they sound really good. I have a free up body sound test after this video. If you guys want to skip forward, you guys can hear that as well. We're actually spinning the stand, but sounds really good. Great hub engagement. Not a lot of dead spots, so it'll be perfect for some climbs if you guys need to. Again, you have the Schwabe tires, the G1s in the back. And then going to the back right here, it is a through axle, again, this rear wheel. It is a center lock. You have the SRAM Force rotors with a Shimano center lock ring. That's awesome. I love it. It's very cool. This was the tool I was talking about. So something cool that Scott does do. See how this one back here has a handle for the through axle? If you go ahead to remove this, please don't blow over. Hold on 1 second, guys. Show you like this. If I pull this out, and it's very easy to do with two hands, but with one hand, this has on here a T25. So this can also be used as a multi-tool to adjust your seat post if you need to, your handlebar if you need to, your stem, I mean, your handlebar. So you have a T25 on deck with you at all times. And if you want to remove the front wheel, you take it right here, you key it into there, pops right into place. To remove it, we just go ahead and give it a yank again. It's very easy to do. Obviously, I'm holding a GoPro with one hand and pulling out the other one, but you want it to be snug enough to a point where you're not bouncing around and it's going to pop off. But I think it's really cool that a company is going to give you something like this to make adjustments. Let's say you crash on single track, your handlebars go different ways, whatever. It's very nice to have this, and it makes it a lot easier to remove your wheels or to make adjustments on the fly, which is very cool. So very cool thing that Scott does. The Scott bottom brackets on here are still a press fit or a non-threaded bottom bracket. I think it's like a BB 8892. Very wide, has a lot of carbon there to make sure there's no lateral flex, but you will get some creaking in the long run. As long as it's installed properly, or just general maintenance, lube it up, grease it, blah blah blah, you'll be good to go. They do, again, for this option for 5,500 bucks, they give you a Scott Synchros carbon fiber seat post, so I think that's pretty cool. So you're getting a carbon fiber seat post on there, and the saddle as well. You're getting carbon rails, and this is the Tofino Scott Synchros Tofino saddle. A little bit different than what they use on the road, but a nice carbon rail seat on there. I think it's very cool that they are getting that option. Again, 5,500 bucks for this whole bike. I think it's a great price point. Nothing crazy though. I mean, I think they're right in the ballpark where they're at. Let's compare it to Specialized Diverge Expert, which retails for 4,700, 4,800. You're getting electronic shifting, but the wheels aren't carbon. So if you figure you put in cost to them, whatever it is for carbon wheels, you know, you're in the right ballpark range. Whereas a Pro is going to be a similar, the Diverge Pro by Specialized is 6,700 bucks. You're getting SRAM Force ETAP electronic shifting, you're getting carbon wheels, you're getting carbon bar on that one, on the Diverge Pro, but it is $1,200 more. So but you're also getting the future shock, so keep that in mind. I think they're in a really good price point for what this bike is. I think the color is very nice on it. This is the top of line that they make for this bike. It's their carbon fiber HMX 10, and this is the top line price you can get for a gravel bike by Scott. So just keep that in mind. 5,500 bucks, a really good price range to get into it. You're getting everything you need in terms of electronic shifting, carbon wheels, carbon frame. A nice bike to start off with some gravel riding. If you ever did need to, let's say, go on some bigger tracks or stuff like that, you do have the option to use these shifters The SRAM force shifters, these can be paired with a mountain bike derailleur. So if you, instead of buying a whole new bike and you want to do some big climbs, you could change out this to a SRAM X01 rear derailleur. It has to be ETAP as well. SRAM X01 chain and SRAM X01 cassette. And then you have a bike that can be capable of doing massive climbs if you wanted to. So always a nice option. But that's gonna do it for this review, guys. Let me know if you guys have any questions. Let me know if you guys have any thoughts on the bike. Stay tuned to after the video where I will show you guys a free body sound test of the bike in the stand. You guys can kind of hear it. Let me know what you guys think about the color, and thank you guys again so much for watching, and I will see you all in the next video. All right, guys, here's a free body sound test for the 2021 Scott Addict Gravel 10. Here you go. And these are carbon rims as well. And this is Synchro's own hub that they have. But it sounds really good. Thank you guys so much for checking out the video. I'll see you in the next one.